Hello, everybody. Back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Friday the 2nd, and today was a lovely day outside. Little cool, little windy, but not too bad overall. They're calling for some really nasty stuff to come in. They were calling for it to come in at like 11 o'clock tonight and has not got here yet, and it's past midnight already. So who knows if it'll show up or not. I think they were originally talking like 5 inches of snow on top of the ice that's supposed to come in first, but they're now calling for much less, but who knows? They're weather people. They're never right. So got up this morning, got a handful of things done in that. Nothing really major. Had kind of a faux pas. I kind of screwed up this morning. It was on like 4 a.m. My dog wanted to go outside, so let him outside, and then tried to get him to come inside, and he didn't. He was chasing some imaginary squirrel or something on the yard and was out barking on stuff. So I got pissed off, standing there waiting for him to go pee, and shut the door, laid back down, and then woke up, I don't know, a long time later. Quite a bit later. I guess he started got pissed off. He was out there. He finally got tired of chasing the imaginary thing, and it was kind of cold, and he started barking his ass off, woke me up, finally slammed into the door, and I went and let him back in. So he was a little bit mad at me about that, but it happens. I guess he shouldn't have wanted to go outside and go pee at 4 a.m. So anyway, that was my rather interesting start the morning. Like I said, he was real pissed off at me. He got over it though, and it wasn't like he was going to freeze to death. It wasn't that cold out there, and he wasn't out there that long. And on top of that, we're out for 4 or 5 hours running. But when he's running, he's building up heat where he wouldn't have down there on the deck, barking at the door trying to get in. So felt kind of bad about that, but I got over it. So it's one of those things that could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot better. I guess maybe next time at 4 a.m. he'll go pee and come right back inside instead of ignoring me and wanting to play outside for a while. So who knows what will happen with that whole concept. So anyway, got that taken care of. Got back in bed after letting back inside. He jumped up in bed with me and went to sleep pretty quick, but kept just kind of giving me a little evil eye today a couple times. So I think he remembered what happened and it was not fully over it yet. So he's right now laying on the bed. He's been laying on the bed the last few hours now too tonight, and basically he's still I think a little bit upset with me. But oh well, he's a dog. He'll forget about it by tomorrow, I hope. So we'll see what happens. Handful of stuff done around here, nothing major, just same old, same old. Got around, decided to head out for a run, and hopped in the truck to go do some errands and stuff, then go to the gym, and then head out for my run. Truck was dead, flat, 100% battery dead on. It's like, what the hell? And I reached in and I realized actually when I jumped as I went to get in there, I flipped the electric heat pad on that I use for my dog, that also on my driver's seat to warm up for myself, and then I realized the key was dead. So I went to flip the charger back, or the plug in for the electric heater back off, and realized I'd left it on last night. So when I went for a little bit of use the truck yesterday or the day before, whichever one it was, I don't remember now. I must have left the heat pad on, and that just killed the battery to 100%, just flat dead as hell. So no big deal. Hopped out of the truck. Didn't really feel like messing with it right now. I was going to get the charger and all that kind of stuff. Said hell with it. Went and got in the car. Went and did the stuff I had to get done. Went and got changed. Headed out to go for my run. And then figured I'd just jump start the truck when I got back home, which I did. Let the truck run, I don't know, about 15 minutes or so. Hopefully it'll start tomorrow when I go back out there. We'll see. That's how I'll have a clue. That battery, I'm going to be surprised if it doesn't maybe do that battery in, because that battery's been always on the iffy side. Starts the truck, all kind of stuff. Works the lights, heat, all kind of stuff. Quite a while, but not 24 hours, obviously. But it's got that weird, like frosty looking metallic, like the acid's leaking out type stuff look to it. Just it looks like it's ready to go bad. So definitely not a giant fan of the battery, but we'll see. It's an old interstate, and like I said, it's still working. So we'll see what going 100% dead and being jump started actually does to it. But got out to the reservoir to go for my run today. There's a guy that he hates life, I think, mostly. Lives right on the edge of the park where the parking lot is. I used to park there all the time. The guy just is such a jerk. He's always yelling stuff. He's always just saying things. And I just try to ignore him. I've started parking in different locations, and then when I see him, I just try to ignore him as much as I can. I went down to the far parking lot in between the two upper and lower res. Went and run the upper res, made a loop up there, had a good time. Came back down, made the lower loop, and ran into the guy. Normally what I've been doing, when I see him, I turn around and go the opposite direction. We'd had a run-in a while back. I went and made a police report on it. Him and his dog were out there, and we kind of came up on him without realizing it. The dog went ape shit, like trying to get to us and stuff. It was like literally dragging him across the parking lot in the process. And I was upset then. So went down, made a report. Nothing seemed like nothing came of it at all. And this time it happened. Like I said, since that day, every time I see the guy, I try to go the opposite direction. Just trying to avoid shit. One, I'm not a confrontation kind of guy. There's no use in it, no purpose there at all. But mostly, I don't want my dog getting attacked. I don't want to get attacked if he lets go of that chain or whatever. It just makes no sense. Guy carries around a golf club everywhere he goes, kind of like as if it's a damn weapon. Also, he waves it around at people a lot and claims he's doing his practicing his golf swing, whatever. But he's just not a nice guy. I had a run in with him also last summer. I don't know. I think it was like September or something like that, I think it was, and he'd flipped me off on the road. Went back and basically asked him, hey, what'd I do to offend you? I just actually made that video public. I'd left it private all this time up on YouTube, put it on there. So if you search was not me, and then you'll be able to find it and see what you guys think of the confrontation of the guy. So when it hit his time, as I'd ran by him, I saw the guy was too late. Tried to grab my phone, didn't know if I had it recording or not, but I found if I got a GoPro in my head or if I got a camera in my hand, usually he doesn't do anything stupid. He doesn't say anything. He just kind of keeps to himself. I assume not to have video evidence of what he's doing. And I held the phone up and that his dog was barking and stuff. And we just took a left on the trail and ran past him. And fortunately, I didn't think I hit record on the phone with my gloves and stuff. And as he started yelling stuff, I could kind of hear him on my shoulder and that. I hit the record button to record it, and realized I turned the damn thing off. It actually was recording. Went back and looked at it later. So all I have is basically the dog barking. You can't really hear him as he starts to yell stuff. And what he yelled was attack, sick him, get him. I'm not sure exactly what he said, but I heard attack and I heard either sick him or get him. And I looked back and stuff. I kind of looked on my shoulder and he was like waving his golf club above his head, like, swinging the golf club at me. I just kept on running and just kind of picked up the pace some. Got out of sight, away from his house, going further away. Called the cop shop down to the police station. Made a report that way. I told them what was going on. They said they sent an officer out to take a report. And the cop was kind of, at first, he didn't seem like he would do. Says, are you willing to go to court and testify on this? And I'm like, yes, absolutely, I'll go to court. I'm sick and tired of this. I've got many other runners and walkers out there that are complaining about it all the time, that this guy, like when they see him, they turn away. Everybody's complaining about the guy. He's just mad at life all the time. And I'm like, if nobody else is ever willing to stand up, because he said, I guess it sounded like the cop talked like there was other incidents of it, but nobody's willing to go to court and testify. And I'm like, make the court date. Let me know when it is. I will be there. I'll throw a tie on and we'll make it a day of it. So we'll see what happens. He gave me a report to fill out, filled it all out. I'm going to drop it off tomorrow. By the time the run was over and he got there, I was freezing my butt off, sweaty, cold, car wasn't warmed up yet, all that good stuff. So if you guys come home, fill out the report, I'll drop it off at the cop shop tomorrow. Then I'll also show them the little video of what I saw and what little bits there. Unfortunately, like I said, there's no audio really. You can't hear him. You hear the dog barking. Never said a word to the dude. I haven't said a thing to that man since that day that I approached him back at Aldi's out in the car and asked him why he flipped me off. I've never spoke to him before that day. I've never spoke to him since that day. I take it back. I did speak to him once before that day. He yelled some shit at me in the van. And I backed up to ask him what he said. I said, what'd you say? I didn't hear you. And then he got real quiet and wouldn't speak to me, and basically I drove away. So I had said, what'd you say to me before that? Other than that, I'd never spoke to the guy. So no clue. And like this time, as I come around and turn the corner, he sticks his tongue out at me like an 8-year-old child. Just like, what the hell? And I turned the corner, that's when he started yelling crap, and I just kept on going. And like I said, I don't want a confrontation with the guy. I don't want a situation. I'm sick and tired of us. We have very small trails, very system in the town. It's tiny. We have like, I don't know, 2.25 miles. I think that's all we have of trails. And then if you count the upper loop, which they close every winter, it's like 3.25 miles up there. So we have virtually no running spots. And this guy lives right in the corner, the main parking lot of the running trail. And nobody wants to park there anymore. Like literally everybody, like if they even go at all, they try to avoid the guy as best they can. So I'm just like, screw it. If I'm the one that's got to take the damn heat for it, I'll take the heat for it. And I'm sure he's going to retaliate in some way. He's the kind of guy who just seems like everybody's talked about him. So he's the kind of guy who's going to try and retaliate at some level. So I figure better me than somebody else, I guess, at that point. So anyway, we'll see what happens, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Wish me luck.